same thing that they're about to do over here because they don't understand the origins of them things. You know what I'm saying?
It's the same concept.
It's the same. It's just different words and terminology, but it's the same concept. It all goes back to a certain deity, a certain spirit.
But you know this place is not right because they had a couple years ago. There was two women, a Muslim woman and a Japanese woman, or a Japanese Korean. They were put on trial to be condemned to death. They were going to be put to death because they were trying to celebrate American traditions over there in their countries. But
see all that, like, and that's what he's talking about. It's just, it's all control, like, that. And that's why this place is deceiving because there's no structure. All bastards.
This is Revelation 18 and 2. Start at verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And Babylon, when you look up that word Babylon, is referring to Rome. Because Babylon was way before Rome, but Rome was when they first took the Israelites into captivity under Nebuchadnezzar. Have you heard about the story? They had Nebuchadnezzar had the dream of that image. It had a gold head, a silver chest. It was the image of a man. That was the first time that Israel. Well, not the first time because they had already been in captivity with Egypt, but they went back into captivity under the Babylonians, under Nebuchadnezzar. So that when you look up that word Babylon, it's referring to Rome, because when John was alive, John the Revelator, when he was alive, who was ruling in that time? You know who was ruling at that time and over there in that world? When Jesus was on the earth, you know who was ruling at that time?
That's when the Roman Empire took over. It's a couple years, or a couple hundred years before Jesus was born.
Yep. That's it.
What I want to say.
That's who was ruling.
Yeah. I mean, but I want to say like the who actually was like.
The actual the emperor or just Rome. You know, that's it. You know,
I see, like I guess we y'all heard it sound smart as well because a lot of churches, that's why like I'm really good at strategy. So when we talk about like subliminal talks or like I'm good with that. So that's why I play chess.
That's cool. But like I was showing you, man, like here when it's speaking about Babylon is fallen, it's talking about because Rome fell. I don't know how many years back, but Rome fell. You know what I'm saying? I believe Constantine was like maybe the last one, Constantine the Great. And then the Constantinople, when they moved over there. And Alexander the Greek came in, but that was before. Because it was the Greeks and the Romans. The Greeks and the Romans.
That's when that era ended and then
it went to Dark Ages.
Yeah.
And then the Renaissance period.
The Renaissance was like 1400s to I would say the end of like beginning of 1600s. That's something I like the Renaissance era too, honestly. One of people like unfortunately that's a lot too where culture started expanding. When you're saying like how with the horns and how it's a horde, it's just like how the city goes and takes cultures and blah blah blah. That's exactly how it's happening back then.
Yep.
That was the Renaissance. The Renaissance was the expansion of culture. Art, music, mathematics, all that. Yeah, music. Is that the one thing I really like that I read about I'm not saying I'm not gonna follow y'all's ways. I would say ours because I'm a Christian, so I don't know what. There's a lot of branches in Christianity, like with Orthodox and what was it, starts with P. Palestinians or
Protestants.
Protestants. There you go. Yeah, because I remember, or you heard about Martin Luther?
Yeah, Martin Luther, the Lutheran Church.
Yeah.
He's the one that founded it.
Back then, that's another thing too. I wouldn't say probably changed the ways too. A lot of people is back then even the Christianity was corrupt too.
Yeah, it is.
'Cause back then they were charging people for their sins. Like, oh, just reading this and it's not. That's not how that works.
Yeah. Well, it's just like Constantine the Great. He incorporated paganistic worship into the Bible, into Christianity. And because what was it called before the Catholic Church? The Holy Roman Catholic Church. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just referred to as the Catholic Church in Rome, the Roman Catholic Church. But before it was known as the Holy Roman Catholic Church, because Constantine, he incorporated paganistic worship into Christianity. You know, you can look that up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why today, going back to the Renaissance period, you know, that word Renaissance means rebirth. That was the rebirth of when the Romans fell.
Yeah, they're building back up.
That's when they built back up.
Yeah,
And then
the Colosseum was destroyed.
everything. When you read about Revelations about the dragon that head was wounded and it was revived, bring it out real quick. And it was wounded and it was revived and it came back up. It's talking about that time when the Renaissance period came back up under the so-called white man, because the Greeks were white. They were, white people, Edomites. In the Bible, they're known as Edomites. After the Alexander the Greek, his kingdom was divided into 4 generals. It tells you that in the Apocrypha. It's part of the Bible. But even in history, when you Google it, it tells you that he went to 4 generals. Then it was Cassander, Ptolemy, Seleucus, and then the Lysimachus. And then they went to those 4 generals, and then they went and Hellenized. Alexander the Greek was the first one to Hellenize a lot of the world culture, or not the world, the nations, to their ways.
Yeah, that's what he did. He pretty much changed their culture to his culture.
Yeah, exactly.
And made them buy, their paintings and cancel their paintings.
They're worshiping their gods. And that's what during the Renaissance period they did the same thing. Because when they came over here to the America, this place was never called America because they already had the Indians living here.
It was the New World.
When they came over here, what image did they bring? They brought that white image that you know as Jesus. But when you research that, check this out, man. Research this. When you look up that white image, that man actually lived in the 1600s. His name was Cesar Borgia.
Oh yeah, where he was one of the
Borgias.
He was the son of a pope, right?
Yeah, Alexander VI the Pope. That was his son. So you say him to play the image.
My sister, right? He was actually his sister.
Yeah, he said with his sister, he fucking had he was a faggot, he was gay. He had sex. Matter of fact, he had sex with Leonardo da Vinci.
Honestly, it's funny you say that because every time I say it, I say, hey, honestly, 8 times out of 10, anytime you're trying to say Leonardo da Vinci, you're gonna say Leonardo da Vinci. I said that shit too.
But yeah, man, that image, that's they pushed that on the Indians. That's why you got like the Latin tribe, the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, all the way down to the Mexicans. They love that. They love that white image, man. They have that image. They have the Last Supper, everything. They're all white. It's not a color thing, but it's for truth's sake. It's for truth's sake because the Bible tells you, gives you an illustration, a depiction of what the Most High Son looked like. It said that his hair was like wool, white as snow, and to back that up is in Daniel 7 and 9, where his father, it says his hair was like wool. You see what I'm saying? And in the image that we know today, it's straight. You know what I'm saying? That's what the so-called white man looks like. Not what the Most High people or what his son looked like. They were all have woolly hair at one time, man. But some messages come out. Some Israelites look straight up like a white man, but their dad, their spirit, and their dad go far back because Israelites they intermingled with the other nations. they had sex with the other women that were in that nation. Light skin.
Light skin.
Yeah.
That's always what they say with the Hebrews and shit too.
Which one?
Hebrews, that's what they started doing without Hebrews because Hebrews are normally a little bit darker, right?
Yeah, they're
and then
dark.
you start seeing like, white, and then when you go to Egypt, their colors start changing. That's Africa right there, so.
What's something in Deuteronomy where it says that know that the Lord hath put a difference
Yeah.
between
Dark skinned people. But today right now we all there's different shades of colors, you know. But I got a Hosea 7 and 8. Ephraim, this is Ephraim right here. Puerto Rican. Yeah,
North American.
the North American Indians.
No, I know that, but I guess the son or
The son,
children right there, because that's the 12.
the 12 sons of Jacob, Israel. Yeah.
Who's Gad?
Gad is one of his sons that he had. But today, I hope I'm understanding the question.
Pretty much, because like a lot of them are known for them, like symbolism behind it, right? A lot of them have symbolism, like you said, they all have meanings. So that's what I was saying.
Oh, like the word Gad? Like the word Gad in the Bible means truth. Because when the North American Indians who destroyed the cavalry, the troops, the U.S. cavalry. Go ahead and read that real quick.
That's Genesis 49,
Start at verse 1.
verse 1. That's what I was reading. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together.
Right, Jacob, because he was about to die, he was already of age, so he called all his sons.
That I may tell you what shall befall you in the last days.
He's going to tell them what's going to happen to them in the last days. This time, go ahead.
Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father.
Okay, go and jump to Gad.
Verse 9 is about Gad. Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
A troop shall overcome him, because Gad, when the North American Indians were over here, they spoke a corrupt Hebrew, right? When they were over here, they were doing their own business. They're saying they worship their God, they called, but really it was the God of the Bible, because when you research it, I believe they have like
It's like
Yahweh, something,
yeah,
something like that.
Yahweh,
Something like, yeah.
Yahweh or
But the
something.
proper
That's
way.
actually God. Yeah, I know that because they do that in Israel or Islam. Sorry, Islamic. That book, they say Yamin.
Yahweh.
Yeah, I think it's Yamin or Yahweh.
But the proper way to say his name is Yahweh. Yahweh. And that's what the Indians, they didn't have the right name, but they were still trying to, because when they came over here to a long time ago during the Assyrian captivity. That tells you that in the Old Testament. And in the second Ezra 13, they had kings. And I believe it's kings. But anyways, go ahead and read that real quick.
It says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Shall come at the last, because in the last days, Most High is going to raise up, was it 12,000 from each tribe? He's going to raise up 12,000 Gadites. They're going to do what you see me and his brother doing. And we're going to overcome that troop that overcame us. You see what I'm saying? 12,000 Gadites are going to wake up to this truth that you see us do. And like, there's brothers, man, we got brothers in Hawaii, we got brothers in London, we got brothers in Dallas, we got brothers in New York, Chicago, Cali, doing the same thing that you see me and his brother doing right here. You go on YouTube, you'll find all our videos over there. But the point is, man, Gad, his name means truth. And then he like basically that, it was, they got it in Latin. They got an omen num. It's you fulfill. You're named. You're given a name and you fulfill that prophecy. Like you know, like my name is my government name is Adrian, and that means like dark. But then some people are like, oh, well, that's like represent evil. But you also got arcane. You know what the word arcane means? Arcane.
Like, I can't say it. fire?
It's like dark, like having like mysteries, dark mysteries, dark sayings. So it can like that's how But you got like what else? What else is another name like a name?
That could be.
Like a guy that I work with. His name is Orlando. When I looked up that word, we looked it up. Orlando. His name is renowned one in the land. So I mean, he's a little bit like speaking on a low level, carnal level. Like he's known in the streets over here in Sinazzo, but that's what his name means. But you got the Omen Numen is a Latin for itself prophecy, name prophecy. And if you'll fulfill your name, the name that was given to you, you'll fulfill it, basically. So Gad has fulfilled that. He's gonna fulfill that name.
What was Tony?
Tony? Pastor Antonio. Anthony. I forget the meaning. I don't know if it.
Yeah, that's my name, Antonio.
Anthony, you got Anthony and Antonio. I'm not sure, man. But I'm just giving you like but in Latin, that's what they call it, the Omen Numen. And that's the name, prophecy. So Gad, go ahead and read the camera.
Yeah, it says, Gad in truth shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Shall overcome at the last, because then I was going to pay back to what the so-called white man did to him. Double. In Revelation it says, he that killed him with the sword must be killed with the sword. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So Esau, the so-called white man, is going to go into captivity. Get that one in, was it Deuteronomy 33 when it talks about Gad too? Yeah, Gad, man, they're warriors. And the Indians over here on this side, ever seen like the last of the Mohicans, Dancing with Wolves? They're warriors, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing I would say too, because like on the reals, yeah, a lot of white men did come and kill like a lot of natives, but honestly, a lot of them killed each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they fought against each other. You have the good one.
It wasn't towards the end that they. Hello?
You got that one. Good one with 33.
No, I can't do the story. Honestly, I did. I went in the room when I got my shirt, and I tried telling him like, "Hey, I'm gonna leave," but we were crashed, so I just left that door.
Anytime you see us, man, you better want to come out here. We'll be out here every Saturday. Already, man. Micah 1 and 2, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
That's what they did to Gad. When they came over, they took the Indians out of their own land, out of their own land, and they stuck them on what they called reservations.
Yep. And they stabbed them in the back, man. Yep. They stabbed them in the back. They came over here with smiles, like the scriptures say, but behind all that, he spoke to them with smooth words, that sound like sweet as honey, but within, he was with the swords already drawn.
Robert E. Lee, didn't he have something to do with that?
Robert,
Isn't that why he's famous? Robert E. Lee? I'm not sure.
I've never heard of that name.
I think Robert E. Lee is the one who was in charge of that. He was the general for that army to take out the North American Indians. You know, and it just now brought it back to the point that, like, man, Esau's a devil, man. It was.
Yeah, man.
There was a video that his brother showed me a couple weeks back of a Gadite. You know, he had cancer. Remember that one you showed me?
Oh yeah, Brother Kazak made that beautiful video.
You know, you don't think that these Indians have it in their minds that they want to get back at you, man, for what you did? These people, man, today, man, Indians, they're there still, but they're small.
Indians are here, man.
But they still.
They still hold that
Yeah.
they're waiting for that judgment. They're waiting for that justice.
Yep. It even tells you, it's right here in verse 21 of Deuteronomy. And I'll start at verse 20. And of Gad he said, Deuteronomy 33 and 20. And of Gad he said, blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. He dwelleth as a lion and teareth the arm with the crown of the head.
Right, he dwelleth as a lion, man, because like I was telling that this Israelite, I mean, I'm not sure what tribe he is. We keep calling that Gad. He might be a Gadite. And Gad is like they're warriors, man. They have skill of war. Go ahead.
And he provided the first part for himself because there, and a portion. And of Gad he said, verse 20. And of Gad he said, blessed be he that enlargeth Gad. He dwelleth as a lion and teareth the arm with the crown of the head.
Right, he teareth the arm at the crown of the head because that's talking about the blood brothers covenant. They would cut themselves and then they would put the blood together on both of their arms or wherever, and now they would make a covenant with each other. You know, so that's how that's referring to.
And he provided the first part for himself because there in a portion of the lawgiver was he seated.
Right. Read that part again. He was what?
And he provided the first part for himself because there in a portion of the lawgiver was he seated. And he came with the heads of the people. He executed the justice of the Lord.
Right, he came with the heads of the people, man. You know, whenever the 9 tribes that came over here, that took him a year and a half, that spoken of the second Amos 13. He was one of those heads. You know, Ephraim being the head tribe that led him this way, Issachar reading the signs of the heavens. Go ahead.
And his judgment, he executed the justice of the Lord and his judgments with Israel.
And he executed the judgments of the Lord and with Israel. You know, so he's going to execute, he's going to take part in paying back his enemy. The truth, the Calvary, Edomites, man. Go ahead.
Well, that's it on that. And it goes to the Ash or Dan. But
yeah, that's it then. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is, man. You know.
Was it also Gad too? I think when Esau brought over the Negroes, or was it Reuben?
It was Reuben.
Okay.
The Seminole Indians.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, with the Seminole Indians, you know, I mean, but they're all the same people in reality still.
But the Reubenites is the ones that took in the slaves, and they started treating them well. And the Edomite went and saw that they were living just like them. They were living good. They were being taken care of, and they hated that. It was the Seminole Indians from the tribe of Raab. I got another scripture real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 12 or 1 Chronicles 12 and 8. And of the Gadites, they are separated themselves unto David into the whole, to the wilderness, men of might and men of war, fit for the battle, that could handle shield and buckler, whose faces were like the faces of lions, and were as swift as the roes upon the mountains.
Hey, what was like Indian from Pocahontas, Kokomo.
Oh.
Well, I mean, those were the North American Indians. But hey, man, you have movies of how about North American Indians fought in war. They were scary, man.
You got that one, you got the Last of the Mohican Dances with Wolves, that primarily that I know of. But then in Dances with Wolves, they got this one part of the movie towards the end when they're saving Kevin Costner. They're crossing a river, and that Gadite is charging the enemy on horseback, and it immediately just jumps off, starts running, and tackles the Edomite into the water. He came out like a lion, man. You know, that's what that represents, man. That represents that warrior-like fight in the Gad.
Well, he said something about tomahawk. I know the Indians carried tomahawks with them when they were about to kill their enemies.
Yeah, they would throw them, and they'll kill their enemies with the tomahawk.
Yeah.
You know, but they were skillful, man. They weren't no some this little thing on the sideline to be breakable. They brought it to the cavalry, but there was, what did Esau bring? The Gatling gun. You know what I'm saying? He came with the fucking his kid to kill.
But just get it straight real quick, Esau. You only won because the Most High allowed it. In reality, our people are strong as hell. It takes 4 of you Edomites to take one guy. In reality, we're strong. It's just set up through prophecy and through the Most High's pleasure, Yahweh's pleasure, that it would happen like that.
Oh no, not through his pleasure. It's going through because of what went off.
Yeah. Meant to say his will.
Being chastised for that. That's the only reason. Now that comes, like we said in the very beginning of all this, it comes being transferred to you. This man wakes up. More or less, you understand a certain few things, he goes back and he gets right, Yep.
All our people are waiting. All the people, the elect especially, we haven't forgotten. The old spirit that was always back from the beginning, from seeing our oppressors get the better of us, is still in the elect. And we're waiting to get back at our enemy, at Esau. Because all these people on the side all have a common enemy. It's the so-called white man. Esau's done it to every single nation on the earth.
I got Joel 3 and 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my good, pleasant things. And that's twofold. That's talking about, the treasures. But also the Israelite, because they're referred to as gold and silver. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, the Greeks, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
It's like that Indian from that video. He said he had cancer, but he had felt so like he had been rolled over so much by Esau that he made himself a promise that he was going to live until he saw the downfall of America. And he said, and to this day, the economy of America